Sorry.
When is it ever appropriate to fart in front of your spouse? Never. Farting in front of your spouse is like taking a shit in a public bathroom with the door open. You should never do it. It's gross. So, what type of conspiracy? Yeah, so, an even worse situation to fart in is during sex. Because you can't, like, cover it up. You can't say, oh, that was funny. You can't laugh during sex after you fart. It's just kind of an awkward moment. You just sit there, and the person that did it is like trying to figure out, what do I do from this point? And the person that, is on the receiving end of the smell is just kind of sitting there like, we didn't fart. So I come up with an appropriate time to pass gas. And the appropriate time to pass gas is when you're in a room full of people. Because you don't have to necessarily claim it at that moment. It's not the person who smelled it, dealt it. It's, somebody farted. Okay? So you can tell by the look on everyone's face that, it happens and no one has to claim anything and no one ever has to say anything. But anyway, I'm going to move on from the fart jokes, okay? So I generally talk about my experiences, and this is the third time I've been up here. So I generally talk about my experiences, and I've had some really interesting experiences on the Long Beach transit. Have you ever been on the bus and someone is talking to you and you don't necessarily want to talk to them? So every time I get on the bus, someone tries to spark up conversation with me. And I take that as my time to, do my amateur drag show. Because I have my headphones on, and I am, doing my dialogue. I'm lip singing, and sometimes I'm singing and don't know it because the headphones are so loud. So I'm singing, and that to me is a sign that I don't want to be bothered, right? I thought it was. I'm from Michigan, and we don't like certain things like bothering us. Okay? So I'm sitting on the train, on the bus, I'm sitting on the bus, and there's this little Mexican guy, and he saw me at Hamburger Mary's one day. And he was trying to talk to me, and I have one headphone in one ear, and I got the one available right here. So I hear him, so I'm just not really paying attention to him. So I turned the music up on my iPod just to show him that I really wasn't trying to hear what he was saying, right? He didn't get the point. So I said, what can you do, Greg, to stop this man from talking? I did what any good gay guy would do. I said, I have genital warts. And he in turn turned to me and said, I do too! It didn't work out. Not worked out for me whatsoever. So, another Long Beach transit story that I have is, when I moved here to California, I didn't know that there was as many crazy people walking around in the general public as there are. I was sitting on this train, again, listening to my little headphones, and I like that song. I don't know who it's by, but it's I Like It Like That. I love that song. So I have it playing over and over again. And I get on the bus and I sit down, and this guy walks down the aisle and starts singing La Bamba. It wouldn't have bothered me whatsoever if he wasn't singing at the top of his lungs. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, he's crazy. How do I do something crazy? So I start singing, hey, baby, I like it like that. Why did he join me? And we started having like a chorus on the bus. It was the gayest moment I've ever experienced. Anytime socialism pop out, every gay person starts writing it. I'm like, oh. So we get it on the bus, right? Another experience, this was in Atlanta, okay? Now, this is true desperation, and this is desperation on its homosexual. I like talking about this, right? Because homosexuals will catch the bus to a club. Okay? We will get to the club under any means necessary. We will get on a scooter. We will ride the back of a wagon. We will be in a pickup truck with 6 Mexicans, eating burritos and tostados and all that stuff to get to the club. In Atlanta, clubbing is really, really big. There's this huge club. It's called Blake's on the Park. So if you've ever been to Atlanta, you should go to Blake's on the Park. They do like a drag show. And the problem with this drag show, and I have an issue with this, is you don't do a drag show in the midst of a crowd. It should be a stage somewhere where a drag person can sing and do that. You don't do it in the midst of a crowd, right? So I'm sitting talking to my friend, not knowing that the drag show is going on. So I'm talking and I'm dancing, and this queen comes out in the middle of the club and starts dancing. And I'm confused because I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen someone just get in the middle of the crowd and start dancing. And she wasn't even lip singing, so it wasn't like I had some indication that she was actually performing. She was just kind of, do you believe in love? Not a single word did her mouth match. Not a single word. It was a waste of my time. Anyway, so that is a warning to you. If you go to Blake, they don't really lip sync, they just kind of collect the money. It's almost like they walk up to you and like that. And you know, it's like they're chewing gum or something, because it's not really words, it's just kind of. And you know they got collagen and all kinds of stuff in their lips, so it's just, you know, gross. Real gross. That's my set. Like I said, it's my third time. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much.